Hello, Paws on Your Heart families. We have your week 4 litter update for your mini Australian Labradoodle puppies. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and these little mini Labradoodles at 4 weeks old are just growing like crazy and doing all sorts of fun things now. You can see that they're playing with each other. Noisette plays with them. They have a lot more toys now, and they're really interested in people now. So this is the time when we start to see the puppies developing their eye contact with us and also becoming very interested in spending their time with people. And we hear their voices, as you can hear now. Now we've got 2 litters right now. The other litter, the salt and pepper litter, is just 1 day older than Noisette's puppies. She just wants to be able to go out there. There we go. We'll let Noisette go out. But they're quite different. Orca's puppies are very quiet. Noisette's puppies are quite talkative. They have no hesitation in telling you things, telling Noisette things, and having lots and lots of conversation. Now, I like them both ways. Yeah, sure, quiet's great, but I also like a dog who talks to me. I'm sure that Orca's dogs are going to start making quite a bit more racket now that they're 4 weeks old. We just did their update video, and they were all quite chattery during the video. So what are the puppies doing now? Well, you can see they're a lot more mobile. You can see that they're a lot more coordinated. And as you see these 3 right here, they're definitely more interested in hanging out with people. They're all ignoring Noisette, who's in here, and just interested in hanging out with me. So this is part of what the Australian Labradoodle breed is all about. They much prefer people to other dogs, and you'll see that they'll always choose to interact with a person now that they're a little bit older. And as time goes forward, you'll see that continue to be a trait of your puppy when you take them home. So what are we doing with the puppies this week? Well, I would really like all of my families from this litter to please watch the salt and pepper update. We talk a bit about separation anxiety in there and beginning crate training and how that is the foundation for avoiding separation anxiety. So if you can take a moment and hop over and watch that update, I'll post the link in the comments here, and then that will give you a little bit of information on that. And what we're going to talk about here in this video is a bit more about socialization. So lots of times people are a little bit confused about what is socialization. You hear about it endlessly, and people always saying, oh gosh, that puppy wasn't socialized well, or oh, it's so important that you socialize your puppy properly. Well, okay, that's all great. What does that mean? Before, we used to have a saying that was, in the first 100 days, your puppy should meet 100 different people or dogs. Well, we know now that that's not right. That is not successful. There's no number. What you want to do is focus on having your puppy have positive experiences. It doesn't matter if they only meet 3 people. If that's all they feel like doing, and that's where they're happy, and that's what creates a positive relationship for them, association for them, then that's what you want to do. And if it takes your puppy another 2 weeks until you get to 20 people, so be it. You let your puppy guide you on that. But basically what it is that you're doing is you're teaching your dog how to live in a human world. Because this is not how dogs live. How we ask our dogs to live with us in our world is not how dogs live naturally. First of all, they live in a group. Second of all, they're nomads. They're always wandering around. Third of all, they don't get fed regularly. And fourth of all, they have a different social structure entirely. And what we do when we invite a dog to come and share our lives with us is we ask them to live a little bit more like a person as opposed to a dog. We dictate everything to them. We have all their scarce resources, and we take away a lot of their actual choice. And then we do things with them that aren't entirely natural. So a really good example of that is how we walk our dogs. Most of the time when you think about taking your dog for a walk, you put their harness on and off you go. You want your dog to be right beside you, and you stride along and you go wherever you're going. Well, that's great for you because that's really good exercise for you. That gives you a very nice little workout. But it doesn't do anything for your dog other than have them having to do something the way you want them to do it. Dogs, when they walk, don't go for a walk like we do. They stop, they go all over the place, they sniff, they pee on top of things, they sniff something else, and then they dart off over here. That's what you need to do with your dog to let them decompress. It allows them some mental satisfaction. It's like, oh, good. Now I feel great. I really enjoyed my day, because everything your dog takes in is through their nose. So when you let them go and have a sniff walk, and you don't insist that they walk right behind you, and you let them run around willy-nilly, obviously not in the traffic or in your neighbor's rose garden, then that's what gives them satisfaction. It doesn't matter so much even if you only go a very short distance. Let's say you go for 20 minutes and really all you do is get out your driveway and walk a few steps. That's totally fine, because that is just so exciting for a dog. So many things to smell, and it tells them so many different things, and it just gives them so much satisfaction. And did you know that when your dog is sniffing, that is equivalent to physical exercise? Yeah, when you take them and you throw the ball, or you do after you've done the sniffing walk, do go for a walk that's more energetic, a little faster paced. Yep, that gives them all the physical exercise they need. But when you read things and they say, oh, a tired puppy is a good puppy, or a puppy needs to get their energy out, they're too pent up, that doesn't mean you need to go and physically remove that energy or that pent up energy that they have. More than anything, it means you need to stimulate their minds and let them go for a little scent walk, a little sniff walk, and let them really explore the world on their own terms. So how do you do this safely? Because your 6-foot leash that you have that's for everyday walking isn't really good at allowing your puppy that freedom. Giving them that freedom also gives them the feeling that they have some control over their life and can make some choices, because we take all of that away from them. So it's really helpful when you can give that back in little bits, but keeping them safe. So what you want to use for that is a long line. A long line, and if you're one of our families, I think just about everybody on this list has their puppy starter kit coming to them. All the leashes you need to do everything will be in your puppy starter kit, including the long line. The long line is 30 feet long. You have control just like a leash, but your puppy can go quite a fair distance and feel as if they're off leash. But they are on leash and you still have control. So if something happens and you need to get your puppy back to you quickly, it's very easy to pull your leash in, get yourself beside your puppy and keep them safe. And it also lets them wander about, but not so far that they're out of your sight. So if you're somewhere that's an on-leash area and you want them to explore, then that is a really great way to allow them to do that. The other leash that's going to come in your puppy starter kit is the hands-free leash. The hands-free leash is great when you're doing house training, because your puppy can't wander off and hide somewhere inside and pee in the house. But it's also really good for later on. Let's say you like to run, and when your puppy's old enough to go running with you, you can put it around your waist or cross body, attach your long line or your 6-foot leash, whatever type of activity you're doing, and your puppy's right there and your hands are free. It's also great when you're taking your puppy to pet-friendly stores. So one of the places that we take the puppies to before they go home with you, if you're in our Head Start program, is Winners and Home Hardware, because those are both pet-friendly locations. So when the puppies, when they're older and vaccinated, you can put them on the hands-free leash. You still got your hands free to do your shopping with, rather than trying to corral the puppy with one hand and trying to get something off of the shelf to put it in your grocery cart with the other hand. So very important to have a variety of leashes and know how to use them in the right way. And this is all part of your socialization as well. Because when you do take your puppy out for a walk, and let's say they're on the long line, and somebody's coming and approaching, and you see that, oh, that dog doesn't look like very friendly, or my puppy's not too happy, it's very easy to bring your puppy back in close to you, pick them up or stand between yourself and your puppy and the other dog, so your puppy knows they can trust you and that you've got their back, or their front as it would be this time. So that's how you do a good socialization. And then you wait, and you wait till your puppy tells you and shows you with their body language that they're comfortable, they're relaxed around this dog and other person. Then you move on to the introduction. And we'll go over in more detail how you do that introduction properly a little later on in the process. Now this week coming up is your puppy family visit. Yay, so exciting. It's the best time. You'll finally get to meet the puppies, touch them all, hold them all, and be able to watch them and see how they interact with you, other people on the litter list, and just with one another. So it's a really fun time. It's a great thing for the puppies. Everybody will really enjoy themselves. And now you can see we have a green collar here who thinks that, well, the cell phone is an excellent pillow. Apparently today has just been so exhausting for him. We're going to go through now and update you on all the puppies. And one thing you can see here is we've changed their toys. They have graduated to more grown-up dog toys. So we have out of season, but a crinkle toy. That really gets their attention. That's something that they're like, oh, hey, what's that? So we have a couple of those. Mr. Tagger here, his crinkle's not as loud. He's been through the wash so many times, he's lost a lot of his crinkle. This little baby toy makes a fun noise. It's got a couple of little squeakers in it. It's got a nice soft texture. Mozette's going to come and check it out. Yeah, you know what that is. It's in here all the time. And then we have this guy here. Lots of squeakers. Different sound of squeaker. Soft again, and then as well it's got the little opening, really good for them to be able to play tug with one another, chew on it, and really get going because, yeah, the teeth are starting to come in. These guys have been switched over to solid food, not entirely of course, but they are eating solid food now a couple of times a day. They are ready for that. Noisette is not really excited about weaning her puppies, but she's also not completely against it. What she likes is to be just outside of where the puppies are so she can observe them. She doesn't like to be removed from them yet. So they're eating some goat's milk mixed with pablum and a little bit of fresh raw. And they're having chicken right now. And that is going over well. They're learning how to lap and how to enjoy that. They are still getting a lot of nourishment from Noisette, and she is still their main choice. If they get to choose, they'll always choose to eat from the milk bar as opposed to eating out of the pan so far. So let's go through each of the puppies now in their birth order. Excuse me, Mr. Green. I just need to see this so I know how much you guys weigh. Yeah, I need to know how much you guys weigh. And of course we'll do the puppies in birth order as we always do. So we'll start with Mr. Blue Collar, who I think is right here behind me. Is that you? Yeah. Here's Mr. Blue Collar. He was all snuggled up behind me having a very good sleep. Mr. Blue Collar, he's a relaxed guy. He's very calm, quiet. You'll see they've got sticky stuff all over their feet from walking through the pan of food. And you'll probably see some spots on their face that look a little crusty too. Hey, you sweetheart. This is our quiet guy. He's very retiring, very calm, not interested in fighting anybody for the toy, not interested in arguing with anyone ever. He just wants to have a nice, quiet, peaceful life. He loves being held. He's a very snuggly, cuddly boy, very, very affectionate, aren't you? And Mr. Blue is 1.3 kilograms. Yeah, that's how much you weigh now. 1.33. What a good boy. He'd sit here all day like this if I let him. Next we have Silver Collar, who's just over here, who's also having a sleep. I'll just put you to sleep there. You can use the caterpillar for a pillow if you want. Hey, Silver. Hey, Silver. Oh, come on, dead to the world. There we go. Yeah, it's me. I'm bugging you. There we go, handsome. Hi. Hello. Look at you, good looking. Mr. Silver is 1.54 kilograms and almost the biggest. He just is off by 20 grams from being the biggest in the litter. He's also a nice, quiet guy. He is our resident excellent nurser. He has really good suction power, and he is just great for being at the milk bar and keeping the milk flowing. No worries about mastitis or things occurring when we've got him around. Yes, you got a lot of stickies on your feet. He's doing really well eating out of the pan, really enjoying that. And he figured it out really quite easily. None of these guys got lessons in how to eat out of the pan. We put it down for them, and they all were quite happy and easily went to it to eat. There we go. Go sit next to your brother. Oh, Mr. Blue's having quite a conversation there. Next is Purple Collar Girl, who's right back here, all snugged up. Come here, Purpy. Comes little Purpy. There's my girl. There, and look at Miss Purple Collar is really sporting some of her new solid food on her head there. So that probably happened when somebody walked through it and then was playing with her and went pawed her on the head. Purple's a nice little girl. She's lively, she's fun, she's outgoing, she's a confident little puppy, gets along with everybody so nicely. And she is 1.37 kilograms. This is a good girl, yeah. We'll put you to sleep with your brothers over here. We'll make this the sleeping area. Everybody is having their afternoon nap. Oops, sorry, you didn't like the way I put you down? There you go. Is that okay? There we go. Next to Purple we have Green, who's over here. Now you can see if you look closely how he looks like he's shivering. So he's not shivering. What he's doing is his muscle building and development. All these twitches and jerks are all part of how the puppies continue to move even though they are actually sleeping. And that's how nature has it, so that they don't get atrophied muscles, because they do sleep a lot, don't you? You got a little snuffle on your nose there. Mr. Green, well, he's our Mr. Communicator. He is starting to get past that now. Before, whenever Noisette wasn't here or something wasn't quite to his liking, he had quite a lot of complaining about that. Now he seems to have matured, grown out of that. He's become more confident, a little bit more independent, and he doesn't worry about crying quite as much as he did last week. Did I get your itchy spot there? Mr. Green is 1.56 kilograms, making him the biggest puppy in the litter. Yes, he is a solid, well-built guy. And now we have Red Collar, who's way over there. Just hang on, I'm gonna have to go get Miss Red. I'll just pull her bed over. Yeah, we'll go for a little trip there, honey. Nope, see, nothing woke her up. These puppies are pretty good. Nothing really bothers them. They're quite nice and calm. Hi, honey. Hi. You can see how the coat color is starting to change a little bit. You'll see on their faces where you're seeing a little bit more of that pretty copper color coming through. And that's because they're stables, and so their coats are going to keep changing a little bit. So as each week goes by, they'll have a little bit of a different color pattern going on. Red, oh, she's just a little squeal bum. She's just a little doll. Very placid, very loving, just a sweet little snuggle girl. Thanks, hi. And Red is weighing in at 1.44 kilograms. Just got to put my glasses back on to make sure I got that right. Yep, 1.44. Hey, you want to go sleep with your friends now? And then last but not least is Pink Collar. And I don't know, oh, there she is. She's right there. Hey, Pink. Hi. Hello, Pink. Pink Collar Girl. She has been the smallest puppy in the litter all along, and I believe she still is. She is 1.21, so yeah, she's still the smallest one. And she's our little tuxedo girl. This girl may be the smallest, but she has got quite a big personality. She's confident, she's very outgoing, and she has no idea that she is smaller than her brothers and sisters. No, you won't. And she still has her pretty little mark, her little Marilyn Monroe beauty spots on either side, or maybe it's Cindy Crawford. Hey, did you used to be a model in your other life? Good little puppy. So that's everybody. That's a little update on what everybody's doing this week. There you go. You can see Blue again's also doing a little bit of that herky-jerky stuff there. We've still got that tiny bed in here, but that'll be coming out because really that's not big enough for more than one or two of them to go into now. But mostly what we're doing is graduating to some fun toys. We will be starting next week after our puppy family visit with some crate work. We'll be doing the crates in pairs to start off with, and everybody's puppy will be in that. And then if you're in Head Start, we'll move off of that into doing individual crate training so that your puppy is sleeping through the night, most likely by the time you take them home. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to post them below. I'm always happy to talk to anybody about anything to do with their dog, especially Labradoodles. And I'm really excited and looking forward to seeing all of you next weekend at our puppy family visit. Thanks so much for watching.